So these are some dryer balls that I made just before I had Lucy. I tend to keep a pretty chemical-free home. My cleaning supplies and all that are all homemade, and I don't go for a lot of harsh chemicals in my house, or even like scents or anything like that, anything artificial. My pretty much last holdout though has always been dryer sheets. I have always been completely addicted to dryer sheets because I cannot stand static, and they have been the only things that I have found that make sure my clothes come out of the dryer non-staticky. But there are huge issues with dryer sheets. There's just a lot in them that you definitely don't want to be on your baby's clothes. So I finally had to bite the bullet, and what I decided to do was stop using dryer sheets. I have one left and I'm saving it for something really special. But I stopped using dryer sheets and I made some wool dryer balls. And I've kind of always wanted to do it, but I've always been like too lazy to do it. And I finally just did it when I wasn't working and before I had her and I had some time. I was just like, F it, I'm gonna do it, see how they work. And what I did is I just went into my stash of spinning fiber, and I picked a braid that I'd had for a long time and probably wasn't gonna use, and I made it into dryer balls. I've got about 5 of them, and you know, as you can see, they're all pretty uneven and weird and really honestly kind of gross looking, and that's because they're covered in lint, in dryer lint. That's what happens when you run them through the dryer with every single cycle. But what I did is I took the fiber, I kind of ripped it up, and I formed it all into tight little balls. I kind of literally just took lengths of fiber and wrapped them around my fingers as if you were winding like a ball of yarn. And I wound them really tight. I took an old pair of tights, like of the pantyhose variety, and I cut a leg off and I tied one end. I shoved each ball into the tights one at a time, and after each ball I tied a knot, so it ended up looking like a bunch of balls separated by knots. And then I tied off the end and I threw it into the washing machine, which is with a regular load of laundry, and I washed them, I want to say 3 or 4 times, and dried them in the dryer every time, just in that length of tights. And after I did it 4-ish times, I cut open the tights, I took them out, and they were felted. And so they're just felted balls of wool, and this is 100% wool. And I throw these in with every load of laundry into the dryer, and the idea is that they bang around with the clothes, keep them soft and fluffy and static free. Mostly they work pretty good. I don't have any here, but in addition to hand knit wool socks, I also love to wear wigwam wool socks. They're wool and nylon, and it's wigwam. They're called like hiker socks, I think. And they're the best commercial socks on the planet. They're the only commercial socks I wear, other than shorty cotton socks that I wear with my trainers. But I love wearing those. And the only time I ever get static with these is when I put those socks into the dryer. And so I've just stopped putting them in the dryer. I hang dry those now, just like I do my hand knit socks. So these have worked pretty good. If it's something you've been thinking about, I suggest giving it a shot. It took me a really long time to actually do it, but once I did, it was really simple, really easy. You just need an old pair of nylons and some wool, and case in point, even old spinning fiber. It's beautiful hand-dyed fiber, but it serves me better in this purpose. And they're pretty too. Look, they look like the earth. So that's what these are. And I pull them out of my laundry basket and go put them back in the garage where the dryer is every time I'm done using them.